Hello there, Cardano community. Welcome back to Dapp Central. My name is Fareed, and in today's video, I want to touch on some of the latest bits of news and updates surrounding the Cardano ecosystem. First things first, we're going to touch on the weekly development report, which was just released by IOG. And this week, we don't really have a lot of major updates, so that particular update will be relatively quick. Second, I want to jump into some updates surrounding Iagon, which is going to be a decentralized storage solution building on Cardano, and the fact that they're going to be gearing up for their testnet launch any week now. Now, in addition to the update surrounding Iagon's testnet, they are also prepping for a Catalyst proposal, which is going to be relatively interesting, which I'm also going to break down. So make sure to stick around for that part of the video. Next, I want to jump into some updates surrounding Yamfore, which is going to be a decentralized loan platform building on Cardano, and the fact that they're now live on the testnet. After that, we're going to jump into some minor updates surrounding VyFI and their dual farms, which have now gone live. And then we're going to close out today's video by touching on the TapTools NFT Mint, which has officially kicked off. Now, if it's your first time that you and I are crossing paths, my goal here is to provide you guys in the community with the latest news tutorials and reviews surrounding the top builders in the Cardano ecosystem. I'm also a single stake pool operator operating the official Dapp Central stake pool. If you'd like to support me on my mission to educate the broader Cardano community, then consider delegating with the stake pool, which is stake pool ticker DAPP. That said, let's go and jump into our very first topic here for today's video, which is going to be a brief review of the Cardano weekly development report. Now, normally I touch on some of the statistics there on the right-hand side. However, this week we don't really have a lot, so I'm just going to jump over on the left-hand side and touch on three of the key highlights. So the first key highlight that I want to mention is going to be the fact that the Lace wallet, which is going to be a wallet developed by IOG, is now available or supported on the Brave browser. When this particular wallet initially launched, it was only available, I believe, on Chrome. And so they're now expanding into their second browser, which is going to be Brave. The next update is going to be surrounding the Voltaire workshops, which we're now going to have an additional 6 brand new workshops occurring this upcoming week. Again, in preparation for the governance and the release of SIP number 1694. The third and last update that I want to mention here as a part of these key highlights is going to be the fact that the Catalyst Challenge categories have officially been released. Again, this is going to be for Project Catalyst funding round number 10, in which we're going to see about 50 million ADA being given out to the community or awarded to the community for proposals that are selected by the community. So again, a little bit of the governance for Cardano kicking off here in preparation for funding round number 10. Now, as a part of the next update that I want to touch on here, we are going to be diving into a potential Project Catalyst proposal being given over by the Iagon team. So that is going to take it through the first update, again, surrounding the weekly Cardano development report. Next, I want to jump into an update here surrounding Iagon, which is going to be a decentralized storage solution launching on Cardano. Now, before we jump into the actual testnet, which is going to be one of the updates, I do want to highlight a brand new feature that they're going to be proposing as a part of funding round number 10 for Project Catalyst. So that is going to be a proposal for what they call Statur. So it states here, the Iagon team is proposing a novel reputation model called Statur for Project Catalyst funding round number 10. This particular advanced system quantifies and evaluates the reputation of individuals or entities based on their actions and contributions. Now, if you guys have been following me here on this channel, I did have an interview with Jan Orlings from the Deep Funding platform, which is going to be a particular project hosted within the Singularity Net marketplace. And we actually had a pretty interesting conversation in which we talked about contribution scores, which this is exactly what this reminds me of. Now, as a part of the conversation between myself and Jan, we talked about how contribution scores could be used to give people a reputation or an idea as to how reputable somebody is within the Cardano ecosystem. Now, as a part of Deep Funding, they are going to be a cross-chain platform. And so Jan also talked about the fact that this reputation score or contribution score could also be applied to networks outside of Cardano. Now, what the Iagon team here is going to be doing appears to be very, very similar. Scrolling down a little bit, we've got some information surrounding Statur, what it's going to be doing, and exactly what some of the benefits of a platform like this can actually bring. So the model is going to gather data based on activities such as staking, lending, voting, and trading. It's also going to go ahead and define the criteria for measuring these different activities. It's also going to go ahead and integrate quantitative reputation metrics such as karma points, and it's also going to go ahead and recognize certain achievements. Now, all of this will be running, and all the data associated with Statur will be stored directly on the Iagon decentralized storage platform. So Statur will be directly integrated into the Iagon platform. Pretty neat there. Again, given the fact that Iagon is already being built on Cardano, and they're going to be leveraging their actual protocol. Scrolling down a little bit further, we do have 4 separate use cases mentioned here that Statur can provide. And the first is going to be surrounding decentralized exchanges, while the second will be surrounding blockchain governance. The third will be touching on DAOs, or decentralized autonomous organizations. And then very lastly, we have trustless identities. So let me know what you guys think down below about Statur. I do think that a platform like this could definitely be needed. Again, I had a pretty in-depth talk with Jan from Deep Funding, and the way that he mentioned this was, again, that this would be a way for you to have some sort of credibility in the decentralized space, right? So right now, there's no way for anybody to know about anybody else's history. And what this also reminds me of is going to be a brand new feature that is being pitched by the Cherry Lend team. Now, what they're going to be doing is allowing for people leveraging the Cherry platform to be able to mint an NFT, which will be forever tied to the wallet that mints the NFT. And depending on your lending and borrowing history, you'll actually be able to keep all of that data tracked on that NFT. Now, when you go to take out a loan on Cherry Lend, a potential loan provider could look at that NFT and, based off of your prior history, decide as to whether or not they want to maybe provide you a loan at a discount or not. So again, it looks like the ecosystem is trying to think of additional ways now to somehow start tying reputation or trustworthiness in a manner that's trackable all on chain. So that's the first update there, again, surrounding Statur. Next, we have an update here, which is going to be surrounding some preview screenshots of the actual Iagon protocol. So if I get myself out of the way there, you guys can begin to see exactly what we can expect from the Iagon dashboard. At the top right hand side, we've got a user's profile. Right below that, we've got a chart of the rewards history, and it looks like we can filter that by month with the 1 month, 6 month, 1 year, year to date, or all filters. Right below that, we can again see some of the rewards that have been given out, and it looks like those rewards are actually being paid out in the Iagon token. On the left-hand side there, we can see some of the node performance over the course of the last year. And then right below that as well, we also have a table showing us how well these nodes have performed. Next, we've got an additional screenshot here, which shows us the nodes operating by country, which is pretty cool to see here visually in order to kind of see exactly where has the best hosting or where has the most active nodes currently running online. Right there, right below at the bottom right-hand corner, we can also see a reputation score associated with different countries, which I'm sure we're going to get a little bit more detail on once the actual platform is ready to launch. Now, for full transparency, they have not yet identified an actual date on which they'll be launching their testnet. So right now, while we do have these screenshots, we don't have an actual date for the testnet release. If you are interested, though, in finding out more about Iagon, you can go ahead and actually register for their tester program. So you can either sign up as a front-end tester, or you can sign up as a node provider or a node host. So go ahead and check out this article. I'll go ahead and leave it down below, but it's a pretty simple Google form that you can fill out in order to get access to the Iagon testnet once it's ready for release. That's going to be it there for that particular update surrounding Iagon. Next, we're going to jump into an update surrounding Yamfore. So Yamfore has officially announced that their testnet is now live on the preview network. If it's your first time hearing about Yamfore, they're going to be a decentralized loan platform operating and building on Cardano. 3 key features that they're touting right now on their website is going to be no ongoing interest repayments, no liquidation risks, and an indefinite loan term. So pretty interesting concept there. I did also have Brandon, who's going to be the founder of Yamfore, on the channel in late December for an in-depth interview, which I'll go ahead and leave linked down below if you guys would like to find out more about what they're building. They did also release a Medium article, which basically breaks down all of the ins and outs as to how you guys in the community can actually get access to the testnet and begin playing around. Now, for full transparency, I have not yet really dove into the platform. I'll see if I can allocate some time over this weekend in order to do so. But I wanted to just break this down for you guys. As you guys can see there behind me, this is a pretty in-depth article, and they've also got the links to all the faucets that you need in order to gather the CBLP token. And then they've also got some pretty in-depth and detailed screenshots to show you exactly how to maneuver and test out all the different scenarios using the Yamfore platform. That's going to do it there for that particular update. Again, for the second or third story here for today's Cardano Scoop. Next, I've got some brief news surrounding VyFI. So jumping back over into Twitter here, this was just released by the official VyFI page. And what we now have is going to be the ability for dual farming rewards. So when the platform initially launched, you were only rewarded with a single token, and they're now going to be rewarding for all these farms that are listed here, not only with the token that you're actually farming or providing liquidity for, but you're also now going to earn the VyFI token on top of that. So if you're providing liquidity for Bank, C3, CBLP, Copy, Drip, Gens, Noom, and all these other tokens that are listed here, you'll not only earn those respective tokens, but you'll now also earn the VyFI token on top of that. If you're already providing liquidity, I don't think you need to do anything else. You should begin to receive that additional VyFI on top right away. Okay, that's going to wrap it up there for that update. The very last update that I want to touch on for today's Cardano Scoop is going to be surrounding the TapTools NFT Mint, which is currently ongoing. I did briefly touch on this in my prior Cardano Scoop, but we're going to be expecting a total of 5,555 of these NFTs minting directly on jpeg.store for a total mint price of 420 ADA. That said, if you guys actually head over to jpeg.store right now, we do have the ongoing public mint, or excuse me, the ongoing whitelist mint, which will be going on for an additional, let's see here, 24 minutes. Now, once this wraps up, we should have the actual mint open up to the general public. And then at that point, you can go ahead and mint the NFT. If you mint, or if you miss the minting window, excuse me, you can go ahead and pick these up from the secondary marketplace directly from jpeg.store. What is interesting right now is going to be the fact that since they've just started minting, they are somewhat trading right below the mint price. So if you do want to scoop some up, you can go ahead and do that. And again, keep in mind, it's going to provide you with access to the TapTools platform for a total of 420 days. So it's going to be a value of 1 ADA per day. That's going to bring me to the end of today's Cardano Scoop. I hope you guys found some of the information covered as a part of this video to be helpful. If you did, please let me know by smashing that like button. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions for me surrounding anything that we touched on as a part of today's video, then please make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. That said, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.